Have you ever wanted to be a bipedal Roomba that walks around picking up trash? While rescuing dehydrated frogs, helping aliens reunite with lost friends, joining an army of egg soldiers, all while trying to save a family from going through a divorce? Well, then I have a game for you. Chibi Robo, or the full title, Chibi Robo Plug Into Adventure, is a platform adventure game released on the Gamecube in 2005 in Japan and in 2006 in North America and Europe. There was a re-release for the Wii in 2009, but that was limited to Japan only. The game was developed by Skip Ltd. And eventually published by Nintendo themselves. More on that later. You play as the titular Chibi Robo. You've been brought into the Sanderson family as a birthday present from her father, George, for his oddly frog-obsessed daughter, Jenny. Note, I will be using the North American translation for the names and whatnot, as that's the version that I played. But Mother Helen is none too happy about the purchase, as Chibi Robos are really expensive, and she's not so shy about saying so. Despite her disapproval, your life with the Sandersons begins. In your stated quest, you are aided by your vocal sidekick / self-proclaimed manager, the ever so imaginatively named Television, who is, you guessed it, a floating television. Telly will guide you along your quest to gain happy points, so you can increase your Chibi ranking. Why would you want to do that? Well, it's because when you are the top-ranked Chibi Robo, you will be upgraded to Super Chibi Robo. Have I lost you yet? Don't worry, it'll all make sense-ish as we go further into the details. The game utilizes a day-night mechanic. By day, you'll explore the Sandersons' house, picking up trash, scrubbing the floors, and chatting with all the family to collect happy points and moolah, the game's currency. But at night, all the toys in the house come alive and you can interact with them. All of whom have their own subplot that will give you access to new areas, items, and happy points as rewards for doing tasks for them. Some examples of tasks include finding Jenny's lost frog rings, helping a pirate repair his ship, and then recruiting a crew for him, training to become a member of the Free Rangers, an army of eggs, recharge a deactivated giant robot who is well loved by all the characters, but deactivated due to rising costs and an energy crisis, acquiring a special nectar for a pink teddy bear so it stops being angry and violent, and helping Helen and George reconnect after she threatens to divorce him due to George's excessive spending habits.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
So yeah, back a few minutes ago when I said this would all make sense, I might have lied just a little bit. But for as strange as the premise is, the story is so masterfully written as to deal with such heavy topics as financial troubles, drug addiction, and divorce in a manner that would be missed, or at least misinterpreted as a kid. But more mature players would rapidly easily pick up on these things. Well, except for the divorce part. It's a little hard to candy coat that anyway. The main storyline progresses at a pace where you don't get bored. While all the subplots are interconnecting, it gives you a true sense of progress. Most of all, the exploration part is actually kind of fun and rewarding. You'll be collecting your happy points and your moolah without it feeling like a grind at all. The only downside, if you can even call it that, is the battery charge mechanic. You start out with only so much charging your batteries, but there are so many electrical outlets scattered throughout the house, it's only more of a minor inconvenience than an aggravation. To counter this, the charging acts as a save point, so if you're a fan of saving frequently, this won't even be a bother at all. And unless you're really not paying attention, it's doubtful that you'll ever run out of battery. Clocking in with around 12 hours of gameplay, Chibi Robo is kind of on the short side, but it manages to achieve a near-perfect balance of just enough fun to be satisfying without making you want for more or less. If you are a completionist, you can continue with any of the side quests or collections that you might have missed during the main playthrough, but this is not going to be a title that you replay often. Now, the weird aspects of this game aren't limited to the game itself. The development of Chibi Robo, now, that has its own tale. It was originally conceived and prototyped as a point-and-click game, where the functionality of Chibi Robo was not to be a homemaker's helper and family friend, but a home security system to fight off robbers. This iteration was announced in early 2003 with a projected release date of June of that year. But I guess they came to their senses and realized that a point-and-click style game really wouldn't work on a console, never mind for the Gamecube. So it was shelved indefinitely without an explanation in the beginning of 2004. And there it would have likely stayed if the cute little robot character didn't catch the eye of noted monkey, dinosaur, and Italian plumber connoisseur Shigeru Miyamoto. In late 2004, Nintendo, at Miyamoto's request, picked up the publishing rights from the original owner Bandai. Miyamoto himself came in as senior producer, reworked the whole concept and story with directors Kensuke Tanabe and Hiroshi Suzuki, and thus the game as we know it was completed and released just a half year later. With its chill yet enjoyable gameplay, simple yet entertaining plot, perky, listenable music and sound design, this one is weird, though fun. Thanks for watching.